Hey guys, I'm gonna back here for that video, guys. Today we're predicting Week 5 Team of the Week. Now, I try my best to predict the defense, but like always, if you guys have ever tried to find defensive stats online, it's almost impossible. For some reason, nobody likes to cover stats that are defensively. The ESPN, they covered just Thursday night stats versus the Rams and Seahawks, would not cover Week 5 stats at all outside that game. NFL doesn't cover the stats. They cover like how good the defense did, but not individual stats of sacks, interceptions, of everything like that. So again, I tried my best here. Last week I missed out on Diggs because literally I did not watch the Cowboys game, so I didn't see him get the interceptions. And for some reason, nobody covers them. I'm not sure why. I mean, you would think defensive stats, even though yes, obviously it doesn't relate around fantasy football, you think they would at least get some kind of, love. But with that in mind, though, guys, starting off with away, of course, the limited time card, the heroes are absolutely random. They could be anyone possible. Like EA literally, I think at this point, picks two names of a hat and says, well, 2016, this guy had a 3-touchdown game. Let's go with him. So I'm at Deshaun Jackson. I just feel like, I don't know. He has 84 overall card in the game right now. I feel like he's going to get a new card sometime soon, either with this promo or the most feared promo. So why not just give him a 93 overall limited time card for this week? Because Deshaun Jackson, especially back in his Eagles days, this man had freaking phenomenal days every single week of the year. So he definitely had a Week 5 performance that could definitely earn him this card. I'll 100% say that. Now, our next guy right here is going to be the player of the week. Now, I have two different player of the weeks. I have either Justin Herbert or Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry deserves the player of the week this week. 3 touchdowns, 186 yards on the ground. There's no doubt about it. But, like I said before, I do believe, and a lot of you guys commented too, he might get most feared, right? And if he gets most feared and he had the 93 overall ready to go for most feared, that could mean that this is not going to be him for Team of the Week, Player of the Week. Now, he deserves it 100%. If he doesn't get it, then I have Justin Herbert here. Obviously, Brady also had a Player of the Week performance, but obviously he just got the limited time card. He's not going to get a new card. So overall, I will say it should be Derrick Henry 100%. That's not even a question. But Justin Herbert, if they decide that Derrick Henry is going to get a card for most feared, then I'm going to expect it to be Derrick Henry. Justin Herbert. All right, so our next card on this list, guys, is going to go ahead and be our heroes, and I have it as being Dez Bryant and Terrell Suggs. Like I said before, these heroes are absolutely random. There's no predicting these heroes. Like, you can say, oh, well, this guy had a performance like this. You could have a guy who goes out there, like, let's say a random tight end, right? Tony Gonzalez. He has a 6-touchdown game in Week 5. EA would choose a guy who had 1-touchdown game in Week 5. It's random. Like, they follow no actual structure on picking the heroes. I've realized that last week. Because I was looking at last week, I'm like, oh, well, this guy actually had a really good Week 4. This guy did too. Okay, there's the heroes. And then EA is like, oh, this guy had like a touchdown. I forget last year's. Oh, actually, let me see last week's heroes. Because like last week heroes, they did have great Week 4 performances. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we got Ricky Williams and we got Teddy Bruschi. So they have great Week 4 performances, but those guys had better Week 4 performances, and they didn't give them the card. So I think honestly at this point it's all random at that point. All right, with that being said, though, Dez Bryant, Terrell Suggs, obviously back in the day these guys were absolute menaces. All right, so our 88 overall I have for this week is Austin Eckler. Now this guy definitely deserves this card, as the Brownies did everything humanly possible. And somehow this team, the Chargers, found a way to do it, man. 66 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 53 yards, and a touchdown through the air. This man went absolutely off in this contest. Definitely deserves a brand new card. Our second 88 is Darius Slay. Had 2 interceptions in the game against the Panthers that led to them winning that game versus the Panthers. Absolute phenomenal day for Darius Slay. Our 85, Kadarius Toney. 196 yards, no touchdowns, almost had a rushing touchdown, could have had a passing touchdown. I'm sorry, wait, no, my bad. That was the other guy, Cedric Wilson. But anyway, though, Kadarius Toney, absolute amazing player. this week. Anthony Brown had a pick 6 for the Dallas Cowboys, so expect him to get an 85 overall brand new card. Again, like I said, guys, some of these guys could be absolutely random. Keep in mind also, it got upped, so it was 87s. Now it's 88s, 85s, and 82s. So a little bit higher up there on the actual, 88s, 85s, 81s, no longer 80s. All right, so our next card we have here is Myles Gaskins. Now, last week it actually was not a +1, so sometimes this 81 overall or this last card in this list here could be a +1 to another card's power up. So, for example, we had, like in the past, we got Derrick Henry as an 80 overall, and that just is a, you know, a kind of a placeholder for him getting a +1 on his power up card. Same concept could apply here for a couple of different players, but I think personally it's going to just be Myles Gaskins. I mean, you can't really not give him a card. Currently, he doesn't have a good card in this game, and he actually had a pretty good day. 74 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 25 on the ground. Like, you can't really go ahead and say that he didn't have a good day. And at the same time, though, if you're EA Sports here, you got to think, is Myles Gaskins going to get another card, you know, anytime soon? Unless he gets like a 80 overall, 81 overall for Most Feared, which is possible. I just don't think he's going to get another card anytime soon. So you kind of just got to give it to him in this situation, because why not? He's not like he's going to get another card sometime soon. He's not a prominent player. He's not an explosive player. So I definitely think personally they're probably going to go ahead and give him the card here, while we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening with the defense. Now, the 81 overall for defense, I could not think of one. I think it's going to be a player who's going to get a +1 to the power up. That's what I'm starting to think for defense here. So last week it was Tyreek Hill as the 81 overall, and then the defensive player was actually an actual 81 overall upgrade. So that might happen in the same way this week for the 81 overall. It might be you know, like an 81 overall upgrade, and then 81 overall Myles Gaskin, then the defensive player is an 81 overall upgrade, kind of switching the roles, because last week was offense, this week could be defense. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said before, I might be incorrect on that, and it might end up being that this be someone else, but I think that's probably how it's going to be. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, though. If I miss somebody, tell me down below. What I'm going to do is, whenever I miss anyone in these prediction videos, I'm going to leave a comment, and that comment, I'm going to pin it, and that comment's going to be all the players I missed. So comment down below and say, hey, man, you missed this guy this week. He did absolutely insanity. If I missed them, tell me down below. I'll go ahead and I'll keep editing that comment, adding all the players you guys say. So I'm going to try my best here to go ahead and make sure. I'm trying to make sure I get all the correct players. And again, predicting these players sometimes can be difficult. For the most part, like we know Derrick Henry went absolutely off. We know Mike Williams also went off in his contest. He had like 2 70-yard touchdowns. It's absolutely insanity. But he's not going to get a new card. He gets an 87 overall already, unless he gets a Player of the Week item, which I still think there's no way. If Derrick Henry does not get a card tomorrow, tomorrow, it's going to be because he's getting Most Feared. That's pretty much it. And Justin Herbert might be getting a card. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, hit the like comment down below. Make sure you check out my other channels. Fantasy Truck Stop, Fantasy Football/Football channel, Ryan Tim Tech, Technology channel, and That My Gamer 2, Second Mutt channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.